Well, hello and welcome back. Thank you for coming back. Today, well, we're in the middle of nowhere. We're up in a forest at the top of Paya. And we found this nice little picnic area and we're going to sit down. I'm going to drink my lovely little can of Coke and we're going to give you a little bit of a nosy on down into Marika and me. Hopefully some of you will find it interesting. If not, please click off, but don't forget to come back a bit later. Now, who is Marika? Marika is the woman we know as Miss Archian. Grazie via la bouffe, and she is the most beautiful woman in the world.
Thank you, Mr. Paul. Hello, everybody. How nice to see you again and again.
And again. So I say, we've got a nice picnic table. Grazie via la bouffe. You pop your beautiful bottom on there. There she is, looking very chic and cuckoo today. In fact, that could be Miss Archian Grazie via la bouffe on the t-shirt. Wow, absolutely spectacular. I just noticed that. Anyway, now I'm going to set up the tripod and then we're going to give you a little bit of information as to why Marika is in Cyprus and a little bit of information as to why Mr. Paul is in Cyprus, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the channel, the future, and we'd like you to get involved in the comments. So please, if you are one of our family, please sit down, relax, have a cigarette, cup of coffee, whatever it is. This video will go on for 15-20 minutes and hopefully you're going to enjoy it. So here we go. Let's have a little, well, we'll have a questions and answers. That's perhaps the right way for it. So, Miss Archian Grazie via la bouffe, please tell the lovely viewers what brought you to Cyprus, and don't say an aeroplane.
Of course. I got on a big bird or a canoe, and then I start paddling like crazy.
Excellent.
And then I find out myself after thousands of days and nights, due to the sunshine, I don't know, whatever I saw, I said, hey, canoe, stop me here. So I've arrived. Of course, it's a joke.
And you've stayed here for the rest of your life.
I've stayed
So
here.
how long have you been in Cyprus?
I've stayed here for a long time. I've been living here for more than 20 years. It's now exactly 22.
There we are. Now, just so the people understand, some people are new to the channel, some people are not. Miss Archian Grazie via la bouffe, Miss Marika, speaks 7 languages that she admits to. She actually speaks quite a lot of other languages as well, but she says she's not fluent. And believe it or not, just in case you understand me, you think her English is perhaps not that good, because it is very, very good, but she considers her English to be her worst. All right. Remember that. She considers her English to be her worst. So when I say she speaks 7 languages fluently, she probably speaks about 5 or 6 other languages that she's able to converse in if she works in a hotel, that kind of thing. She even speaks a little bit of Chinese.
Nisi hua hua ma.
Which means?
Do you like me?
Very, very much.
And then I know xie, which is very easy, thank you. And I know a few more things, but it doesn't really matter. The matter is that I'm here in a wonderful, wonderful island of love, and we do appreciate the people's goodness around us, that they are so hospitality, and we are stayed here for more than whole life, because 22 years, I believe it's more than whole life.
It's a long time indeed.
Yeah.
So tell me, what's your ancestry? So your father is Armenian.
He's
And
Armenian.
your mother is?
Was born in capital city of Georgia, Tbilisi. Armenians in Georgian, it's quite plenty.
Yes, I mean, it's a next door country.
And my mom is Georgian.
Yes, so you're a mix.
I'm a mixed blood.
Yes, there we are. Now, where did you go as a young girl to be educated?
Well, we moved from Georgia, where my father couldn't find any job, and it was a very, very sad story about my father's youth, and I'll tell you in a few words what happened. He had 2 higher educations, and the government of Georgia said to him, please change your Armenian surname to the Georgian, and we're going to take you in the parliament worker, as a government worker. And he said, no way. So we had to move to Russia, where I went to school, first class, without knowing even one word in Russian mentioned. At the moment being, I am a philologist of Russian and literature, where I have a diploma of it. and it's a diploma of in excellent. I graduated it with a very high marks, and I'm proud of it. So in Ukraine I studied, and then last 22 years I'm here.
So she is a fully qualified English teacher, if you understand that. Their terminologies are slightly different to ours, but she qualified as an English teacher, was going to be an English teacher. Then things didn't work out that way. She met someone, got married, had a baby, ended up in Cyprus. That ended a couple of years ago, well, 4 or 5 years ago. And, well, her and I somehow bumped into each other, not on the Cape of Paphos promenade, but in uptown Paphos. One of my customers, and this is quite funny, he said to me once, I went to meet him because his car was damaged, and I've got a car body shop, in case you don't understand. So anyway, he called me up, I picked Marika up from work, we went to see him and stood outside, and he said, oh, your wife's with you? I said, yeah. So he came out to meet her, and he obviously understood that she was not English, or British shall we say, that she was a foreign national from some other country. Anyway, she got back in the car, had a big cuddle with his dog called Charlie, who's an absolute crazy star, but he's a beautiful dog. And then just as we went to walk away, talk about his car, he said to me, where did you meet her? Was it on the internet? And I almost fell over with laughter, by the way, but my reply to him, as quick as his question was, no, I met her in downtown Cape of Paphos, to which he started laughing as well, because he understood what he'd said and he didn't mean it the way he'd said it. So a big thumbs up to you, Mr. Page. You're a superstar. And I know now and again he does watch, because he has accosted me and said, what the hell is that thing in your hand? And I've said, well, it's a camera, I've got a YouTube channel. He said, give me the channel name, I'll have a look. So I'm pretty sure now and again he does check in. So big thumbs up to Mr. Page and Mr. Jali. And next time you damage your BMW, hey, I'm the man. Anyway, back to Gracevia Booth, the most beautiful woman in the world. So about 3 years ago now, we got into discussions about my silly idea of opening up or setting up a YouTube channel. And she didn't really understand what it was all about. I don't think either of us understand what it's about. But we decided to wander around downtown Cape Paphos and make what we call our stupid little videos. And they are silly little videos, but hopefully they bring a little bit of fun and a little bit of excitement and a little bit of information and humour into your lives, perhaps if you live in a slightly gloomier climate. And that's what we're going to do for the rest of our lives. I say I've probably got another 20 years, so I'm already old, but I'll be even older and older if you stay with us. But don't worry, her, Miss Oching Gracevia Booth, she doesn't change. So if you stick with us for the next 20 years, she'll still look the same. So that's the positive side to the channel. Now, on another side to the channel, and please don't misunderstand what we're about to say now, but we want to grow the channel. We want to go to other places. We love Paphos. We have a passion for Paphos. We're never going to leave Paphos, and we're always going to come back to Paphos. So don't be thinking that we are forsaking Paphos. That's not the plan. But the plan is to perhaps wander around on 3 or 4 other Greek islands. Now, we understand that Cyprus is not actually a Greek island, but the mother tongue on the island is Greek. So the commonality, I think is the correct word, would be that we would wander around 4 or 5 islands that are mainly Greek, but certainly converse through the language of Greek. I don't speak Greek, as you understand, but of course she does.
Don't worry, you've got your own
I've got my translator.
Interpret.
And if we ever get into trouble where they don't speak Greek, I'm pretty sure they'll speak English. She speaks English. If they don't speak English, they'll speak Russian, and, well, she speaks Russian. And if ever we pop up to her homeland, which is Tbilisi, Georgia, which again we're going to do, and you're going to get to see some great videos. Again, well, she speaks Georgian and she speaks Armenian, because believe it or not, these are places that are off the beaten track of most northern Europeans, but there's some fascinating places in downtown Tbilisi. I've read a little bit of things about Armenia, which is where her father's from, and there's a massive, gigantic, I know you think I'm lying now, but Google it, there is a massive, gigantic wine bottle on a roundabout as you turn off to go to the, what's the name of the capital city? Yerevan Airport. I can't say it. Yerevan Airport begins with a H. So Yerevan is a spectacular city, and there's debate, but the Armenian country or the Georgian country, both of those countries are the two first countries to ever adopt Christianity. We're not a religious channel, but again, that is a fascinating fact. So if you stick with us and perhaps help the channel to grow, how are you going to do that? Simple. Hit the like. That tells YouTube that perhaps we're doing something that you like. Subscribe. That tells us that you like us, obviously, and it tells YouTube that you like us, and it helps the channel to get more and more popular, because it's weird. The family grows as the family grows, if you understand what I mean. But on top of that, you can make a small donation if there's something that you like via Buy Me a Coffee or via the thanks button on YouTube. Now, we want to ask you a question. We are thinking of setting up what's called a Patreon page. Some people know what that is and some people don't know what that is. And it would have, the way I understand it, 3 tiers. And so in tier 1, you would join that and make a small contribution, and we give you, I don't know, insights and this kind of thing. Tier 2, we would do other things. Tier 3, we would give you access to some videos that will not be on YouTube. So please tell us if you think it's a good idea or if it's not a good idea, because we are open to all criticism, whether it be constructive or not constructive. We're asking you. You are our family. We don't really know what you really want, but we understand that perhaps you do sort of like us a little bit. Maybe you don't like me, but maybe you like her. Maybe you don't like her, maybe you like me. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But please tell us. She won't get upset. I won't get upset. But you need to start to guide us in the direction that you want us to go. Otherwise, we're going to end up going somewhere perhaps that's not what the people want. Receiving?
Well, this is not a secret that all people would like to see us, and something that what's going to be behind us, which means islands of Greece, like you said, Mr. Paul, lovely places in Georgia I can show you, not because it's my place, not because I was born there, but it's beautiful megapolis, as all people know. Also, there is the outskirts of it, like villages, which produce in many other things. The wines, that they are very famous in making of cheese, and many other things that you've already known in Cyprus, but they've got their own traditionality, of course. And I believe that you will totally like Batumi, which is nearby Georgia as well, and it was Georgian. I don't know what it is now. Due to the political, economical situations, everything changed. But I've been there once or twice, and I can show you people coming again to Batumi, and it's a luxury. They compare it with Las Vegas, by the way. They do compare, and in my younger time, they used to compare my town city, Tbilisi, with a little Paris.
Yeah, it's how do I say it? Often I had never, well, I'd heard of Georgia, I'd heard of Armenia, we'd heard of Ukraine, those kind of places, but it's not somewhere that we would normally go, which traditionally Spain, Portugal, that sort of stuff, Cyprus, Greece, isn't it? But they are fascinating places. Perhaps you will never go there, but perhaps if we get to go there, we will show you things that you have never thought existed. As Gracevia Buford just said, Batumi. I went to look at Batumi on the internet last year, and I go on once a week to have a look. The place is referred to as mini Las Vegas. It's skyscraper after skyscraper. It's unbelievable. And then as you cross into, dare I say it, because the border from Batumi into Turkey is only 12 kilometres, but dare I say that name, or Turkey. But when you get into that country, again, it's a spectacular country. It's got some history going back thousands and thousands of years. We are not, shall we say, a articulate channel, but we'd like to have a bit of fun, but we do like to try and create views or find something that perhaps people might be fascinated by. I've recently my eyes have been open to the Turkish Riviera. It looks absolutely spectacular, and again, lots of people have been there and lots of people have not been there. So again, we might go on a road trip from places like Fefetia, I think that's how you say it, Marmaris, and all the way up. And you've got Alania down the bottom, and all the way around to places that people have heard of, which is not Batumi, sorry, is Bodrum, and it's referred to as the Turkish Riviera. So there's a lot of things out there. Again, very close to Greece, very close to Cyprus. The politics, well, we're not getting involved in those. That's not for us. For us, it's to travel and to show people things that they want to see. So please hit the like if you haven't already, and please click and subscribe if you haven't already. I understand that some people, because we've met them, want to subscribe but don't know how. They've tried to hit the subscribe but they can't. The reason for that is because you have not got a YouTube account. You're able to watch YouTube but you don't have a YouTube account. Now, I'm not very clever, but if you go into the options in YouTube, you'll work it out, or perhaps ask a 4-year-old and they'll do it for you. As I referred to before, the Buy Me a Coffee, again, very simple thing to do, and the Patreon, very simple thing to do, and the thanks, very simple indeed. But please tell us what you want us to do, and please don't see this as a begging video. It's not. We're not short of money, but obviously we need to travel, and there'll have to be a way for us to generate money. And obviously YouTube doesn't pay a lot, contrary to what people may think. Yes, there's adverts on the channel now because we are monetarized, but currently, if you want to have a good laugh, at around about 2,000 views a day, that's what we get to, 2,000 to 3,000 views a day, we generate in the regions of $20. So that's not a lot of money, but well, it'll buy Oching Receivy LaBouffe a coffee and a pair of sunglasses.
And a pair of hat.
And a hat.
Like I've got
yes,
two.
There we are.
Well, I would like to tell you many times thank you. And it's endless. My thank you will be forever to you. And we are really humbled that one day we met all of you. And some people who we already met, we always talking with Mr. Paul that all our family and the people who we met, and we're more than sure that the people who we have never met, they are all so nice, and we are looking forward to meeting you, and we will love you forever. Believe me, we appreciate every single step of you towards us, whatever you will do, and we will love you forever again and again. And thank you for watching, and I don't know what to say in such a moment. I'm becoming very sensitive, sorry.
So all that's left for us to say is thanks for watching, and of course if you like what you see, hit the like, click subscribe, and please come back for a little bit more of my madness and her beauty.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching.